Peace, family, and welcome to Loving the Journey with me, Lani G. I'm a tarot reader, spiritual coach, and influencer based in Texas. Make sure you subscribe to join the Loving the Journey family. Peace, family. It's your girl, Lani G, the CEO and founder of Loving the Journey, and welcome to Loving the Journey. I'm so happy that you're here. This is the place where we talk about liberating and healing ourselves as Black women. I am a spiritual coach and healer, and that is exactly the work that I do. I help women like you to liberate themselves from themselves, okay? Because most of the time, if not all the time, we are the ones that are holding ourselves captive. So here we talk about that, and we talk about loving the journey. So if you want to stay tuned for stuff like that, like I said, subscribe, hit that like button, share this video with a friend who may need this message as well. All right, so today we are going to be talking about how to recreate your life. How to recreate your life. Okay, so I am going to tell you how, as a Black woman specifically, what you need to do to recreate your life. And it is this simple. Be brave, not perfect. And that comes directly from this book that I've read called Brave Not Perfect, okay? So this book, Brave Not Perfect, screenshot it, has taught me that a lot of the time women, their period, and then I think about the added layer of being a Black woman, we have been taught not to really do things that are outside of our comfort zone. We've been taught not to be brave. We've been taught to instead focus on how we look, right? So instead focus on perfection, essentially. Women are literally conditioned to do this from childhood, okay? Think about the first example that this book taught me was, think about how boys are taught to like kind of play, right? Try stuff out, be roughhouse a little bit, see how it feels for you. Just go be adventurous. And then girls was like, be careful, don't do too much, basically. So, and I think about as a Black woman, seeing how I was raised by a single Black mother, and I'm not speaking for all of us, but a lot of the people that I am around or have been around were also raised by single Black mothers. And these are the women that had to hold everything down. They really couldn't take risks, right? You couldn't take a chance because you had to hold down the fort. You risk not making no money and feeding your kids and, keeping the lights on when you take a risk. And that's generational, right? And we know about intergenerational trauma. Okay, check out Dr. Tamer's episode on that. Okay, the Homecoming podcast. But today I want to talk to you all specifically about how you can do this, right? How you can implement this idea of being brave, not perfect. So the first thing you can do is take the leap of faith, boo. Take the leap of faith without wanting or needing everything to be falling into place. I mean, you can desire that, but that reality is that everything's going to be perfect before you figure it out. That's not going to work, okay? So that's this idea of like being perfect. That's this idea that we're attached to most times of feeling like we have to do something the right way the first time. When in reality, nothing ever happens right the first time. You have to do trial and error, people. Have we heard of this? Trying it out and then figuring out what's wrong, figuring out how we can tweak it, figuring out how we can make it better. And that's literally life, right? That's this journey that we're all on, that we have to learn to embrace and love, because you have to lean into these experiences that are sometimes like, I wasn't ready for this, but in reality you were, because you were right exactly where you need to be, exactly when you need to be there with the awareness that you have at that moment. So you're able to make the best decision based on what you know. So your awareness will show you what you need to do. Tapping into yourself, tapping into your intuition and trusting yourself is what helps you to lean into that and love that journey a little bit easier. And that's what we talk about here on this channel, okay? The first thing that you can do is really take that leap of faith, okay? Take that leap of faith and trust yourself that you can figure it out, because you always have in reality. It's just a different type of a challenge. It's just a different type of adventure. So it's one that you chose, right? Not one that just fell into your lap that you had to figure it out. This is you choosing to do something that you want to do, okay? And then we say in our last video, this choosing you is the most liberating thing you can do, right? Drop it in the comments. Give me a right. And the second thing you need to do, the second thing that you can do, is really release this pressure that you've placed on yourself to be a certain thing and to have it all together. if you have this perception that you're supposed to be a certain place when you're at a specific time, at a specific date, and if you're not there, the world must be ending, that is too much pressure. Okay, being exactly where you are and appreciating exactly where you are is part of what? Loving the journey, okay? We have a tea break. Get your mug. So, also releasing this pressure that you need to be better than everybody else. You know how they say all the time, Black people got to be 10 times as good and 3 times as fast in order to be seen? No, my love. You are seen by the divine. You are seen by your highest self as your natural self. You don't have to compete with anyone. There is no competition because there is no other you. So there's nothing to be better than other than yourself. So this idea that we have to be better than everybody, you have to, even thinking about the market, if you are a person that owns a business, this idea that, well, other people are doing what I'm doing, they're not you, though, doing what you're doing. There is no market for you. Can't nobody else be you. Can I get an amen in the comments? Okay. So that's it, y'all. So those are the 2 things you need to do in order to recreate your reality, right? So if you want to change your life, if you want to really lean in and transform your entire life, lean in and say yes. Okay, another book I'll recommend to y'all is Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. Lean in and say yes, and be willing to be brave. Be willing to make mistakes, which is lessons, basically learning them. It's not really making a mistake, it's learning and growing. Be willing to do that. Be willing to do that, and then you will transform your entire life in your favor this time. In your favor this time. So that is all I'm going to share with you. So again, I say at the end of every video, if you would like to work with me in any capacity, you can check out the links below. You can join my Patreon at patreon.com/lovingthejourney for like-minded Black women like yourself that are on this healing and liberation journey. Or you can book a tarot reading with me, or you can, sign up to be on my email list to know when I'm opening my books for coaching again, okay? So if that is something that you're interested in doing, stick around, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with this sis that needs it, okay? And why don't you, if you haven't told me already, tell me in the comments what you are loving about the journey today, okay? Tell me what you love about the journey. I want to know. All right, y'all. That's it. I'm going to wrap it up. Have a great day. Love you.